There is this whole process of letting go and saying goodbye to what is no longer. Do you feel welcome? You have work to do, Sagittarius. Before we get started today, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that this is a difficult and dark time in the world for many of us right now. And I am coming into all of these readings with that understanding and awareness. And nothing that is shared here is intended to mitigate whatever else might be going on in your life at the moment. I see tarot as a way to empower oneself to be able to see things more clearly and know exactly where to take action when maybe the next best step isn't so clear. So with that, we will get into our readings for this month. Thank you. Sagittarius, welcome to your March reading. Let's get started.
As always, we'll be using our classic Mystic Compass spread, starting here at the north. This card will represent the area of your life that has to do with housing, finances, career, etc. And then we've got an action item to follow. Over here to the east, we've got our thoughts, mindset, focus, dreams, as well as an action item to complement. Down here at the south, we've got our passions, our belief systems, anything that gets us really fired up, that gets us going, and our motivation, as well as a corresponding action item. Over here to the west, we've got our feelings and emotions, anything that is touching us in a deep emotional way, as well as an action item that corresponds. Finally, we've got one card in the center to tie everything together to show us what exactly we are looking at as the main point of the reading of this month and how everything is interconnected.
At the north, we have the Four of Pentacles. Pentacles also represent the earth element, just as the north does. And so this is interesting because there's a theme with a lot of you of hoarding resources. So drawing that to your attention, some of you need to share resources. Some of you need to donate more money, more food, more time. Donations are important to the less fortunate. Some of you are needing to redisperse wealth, and some of you are needing to really appreciate what it is that you have without being afraid of it going away. So a lot of you are experiencing a poverty wound or a scarcity mindset where maybe you grew up in poverty or without many means and you're afraid of it being taken away. That's not going to happen. You have what you need. Trust that you have what you need and that you have more than enough to share with others. Let's see, what is your action item around this, Sagittarius? Ha! 10 of Swords. What did I just say? Worry, doubt, intrusive thoughts. So the intrusive thoughts are what are keeping you stuck in this mindset and in this space of not having enough. The intrusive thoughts are preventing you from being able to advance to the next level financially. So by holding on to the wealth that you already possess, you're preventing yourself from seeing what else is out there and moving forward with putting the money in flow into the economy. So by hoarding and saving all of the money rather than spending where you can and trusting in your soul that it's coming back to you, you're preventing yourself from being able to gain even more wealth and freedom. And that's wealth of finances, of time, of any other resource. So this is really a big theme for you this month, Sagittarius. And yeah, let's see what else we have in store for you. Over to the east, we've got another match of symbolism with the elements here, because we have swords. We have the Queen of Swords. Swords also represent the air element, same as the east. And here the Queen of Swords is it's representative of a few different things. So one, it's looking at what we need to cut off. So in this case, we're talking about thoughts and dreams and things of the mind. What are your thoughts or dreams that are no longer resonating with you? Maybe you are breaking off of a thought pattern that you learned from your family, your biological family growing up, and now that you're an adult, you have a different belief system. That could be something here. Another thing is grief. There could be and doubting, an unwillingness to accept grief for what's been lost. So there's a process of cutting things off, while also and you know, saying goodbye to those things, while also moving forward and continuing on the journey. Let's see what your action item is over here, Sagittarius. 10 of Wands. So this 10 of Wands is indicative of carrying on the burdens of other people. So there could be family members, friends, colleagues, whoever, people, community members whose burdens you're carrying on, that you don't need to carry on. These are, these two cards together are representative of everything I was just saying, where you need to cut certain things off, maybe cut off certain people, or it could be certain beliefs, certain concepts, in order to progress forward. If you keep carrying on the burdens of other people instead of letting them go, you are only burdening yourself, and preventing yourself from realizing your own full potential. So if we cut those off, and you can still grieve parts of that. So there might be certain belief systems that you wish were true, but they're just not. So you can say goodbye to those things. You know, like maybe you had a business agreement with someone, and it turned out that that person was not trustworthy. That could be something that you need to grieve but still maintain the belief that there is a correct business partner for you in the future. That is an example. Or it could be something like even belief systems, like political beliefs. Maybe you aligned with a certain party in the past and you no longer do. It's okay to grieve that part of you that existed before, that is no more. For some of you also, it's an issue of communication. Are there things that you're not saying that you wish you could say? And can you find, maybe it's not safe for you, so maybe you are a member of the LGBTQ community, but you live in a very rural place in Kansas, for example, in the United States, or in a country where being gay is illegal, in the Middle East, for example. If that is the case, then maybe find an outlet that is still in congruence and in integrity with your own beliefs and your own identity, and that will allow you to express who you are. So finding an online community for somewhere that's outside of the place that you're living, it could be a good path forward for that. So it could be finding, just finding online groups, or finding a mentor would be really wonderful. In the example of LGBTQ community, and also other communities such as Arabic speakers and Hispanic refugees, and I believe there are others. There's a wonderful mentorship community called Tent, T-E-N-T, and they can match you up with a mentor. That could be a good resource for many of you. But there is this whole process of letting go and saying goodbye to what is no longer and what is not actually part of you, in order to give space for what is part of you. Let's see what we have down at the south for you, Sagittarius. This is your connection to the divine, cosmos, etc., with the fire element. And we have the Ace of Cups. Look at that. This card is a new beginning in terms of feelings and emotions. And with this particular placement, there's a new feeling emerging around your spirituality and your connection to the divine. So maybe you're just now stepping into that world. Maybe you're just now seeing things clearly for the first time, and maybe you're just starting to question things. Maybe you've just started a meditation practice, something like that, and you're still exploring. This is very much an exploratory card. In this level of exploration, I invite you to sense how you feel in different communities. Do you feel welcome? Do you feel like this belief system is something that is welcoming you, that you are involved in, that you're allowed to be involved in? Let's see what your action item is here. I'm so curious. 8 of Pentacles. You have work to do, Sagittarius. A lot of spiritual work to do. So this card is asking you to look at details, be very detail oriented, look at exactly what is being shown to you, and be thinking critically about it. But you have to put in work. You have to dedicate time daily to this spiritual practice. This isn't just going to come to you out of nowhere. You can ask the cosmos for guidance, but when it comes down to the actual practice, that's what it is. It's a practice. It's something you have to work on daily. And it doesn't have to be for a long time. If you're short on time, it can just be for 15 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day is better than no minutes a day. Okay? So yes, this is an exploratory phase for you, Sagittarius, but it's going to take time and work. Reading a book, reading spiritual books, reading for 5 minutes a day is better than reading for no minutes a day. Okay? So take each step one by one, but know that this is a process and it's a journey and it takes work, and nobody else can do it for you all at once. It's something that you have to actually do. And letting go of those old parts of yourself that we were talking about earlier will help make space for this. Alrighty, Sagittarius, let's move on to the West. This is with the water element, representing your emotions, feelings. The Moon. So with the Moon card, we are looking at cycles. These are, and in this placement here specifically, we're looking at emotional cycles. So are there different points in your life where you can pinpoint having felt a specific way? For example, have you felt a sense of pride in yourself? When? What were the things that happened? What ages were you? Have you felt a sense of pride for someone else? When? What ages were you? What were the circumstances around those situations? Were there specific places on the planet where you were located or where these other people were located? These are all the questions to be asking yourself, Sagittarius. Let's see what your action item is over here. Ha! The Hanged Man. There is no action for you here. This is purely observation, and this is a massive undertaking. This is a huge pinnacle moment in your life, Sagittarius, for you to be looking at this in this way, looking at the cycles, just observing them on an emotional level. Another thing to observe is when you are unable to pinpoint the cycles. When you feel emotionally stuck, track that. How many times in your life have you felt emotionally stuck? And what were the circumstances surrounding that? Were there specific people involved? Were you certain ages? Were you in a specific location? These are all questions to ask yourself. And the whole purpose is learning to know yourself on a deeper level. This is part of that spiritual work also that we were just talking about a few minutes ago. This is all part of one and the same. All right, Sagittarius, we have one more card for you. This is tying everything together. So let's see what it is. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. This is an advisory to watch out for, to not let yourself be overcome by thought, but also don't let the thoughts of others influence you to the point that it is at your own demise. Of course, it's always good to get a second or third opinion from other people, and to figure out, if you're on the right track with things in life. But if it's to the point where it's debilitating you, where you're unable to function because you're thinking too much about what other people are thinking of you, then that is doing you a disservice. And there should never be a point where you're letting other people's opinions of you control you so much that you can't even take action for yourself, or you can't think clearly for yourself. So that's the big warning here in everything that is going on and everything that you're doing this month. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. I love having you here, and I will see you again so soon. I hope to see you all in the comments. Please like, share, comment below. Check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs for a fuller picture of what is in store for you this month. Thank you. Bye.